it would be very important when the time is right. Ang nakita ko po, that's why I was saying we really welcome the forthrightness and the eagerness to attend. However, as the committee has not invited him, I think the reasoning po is parang hindi pa naman po nakikita yung proper linkages. Although the name has been mentioned every now and then, if we see parang malayo pa po, no? Nababanggit from the bottom level straight up to the top. So I think what you've noticed with the quad, what we're trying to uncover, talagang hindi siya yung just because nabanggit yung pangalan, isasangkot na kaagad. We try to establish the base first, and I think that's why with this quad hearing, we expect first to fully thresh out yung dun sa baba. That's why I believe, as to the question earlier kung ano kaya mangyayari this Friday, I think we will still be threshing out the issues of the Davao template with class 96 and 97 at the PNPA. And siguro, once that, if that is established, if talagang makita that happened, and there is still a linkage to the top officials that have been previously mentioned, then perhaps the quad would decide to invite them. But as far as it stands right now, parang even the average viewer would, or average citizen would still not see yung link po, no, that would elicit, an invitation. Thank you.
Sorry for being late, Red. Kung, I know, of course, yun nga, yung tungkol nga din kay President Duterte. What if kung nasa tingin ninyo, the answers na ibibigay ni President Duterte, saliwa doon sa nakikita ninyong link or yung nakikita ninyong what we have heard so far. Are you or is the committee inclined to cite him in contempt?
I think that's a misappreciation po of what contempt powers actually are, no? Contempt powers are not used just because the committee does not agree with the research persons. So, there are very specific grounds for contempt, and I think where the premise of the question is not really sound. I don't think just because this is not only for the former president. This goes for any research persons. Just because what you're saying is not agreed with, hindi po yung magiging basic contempt. If, however, like what they said, if it is found to be lying or purposely evasive, that might be one of the grounds. And that's usually given pag nagbabanggaan po yung ebidensya or when their testimony contradicts their own. But just because yung hindi in agreement po, I don't think that's going to happen po.
Do you think po ba the former president could possibly lie?
I would think hindi naman po, and that's why we have to trust our resource persons. When we invite them, they're under oath. That's precisely whatever answers we take at face value. However, when they are faced with other testimony, other circumstantial evidence, or when they contradict their own, that's the only time po siguro that we can conclude that a resource person is lying or testifying evasively.
That's lang po. Ito political question to. Why Congressman Busita decided to run for senator, and why did you went up po as the first nominee of One Rider Party List?
I think that's a misconception. I've always been the first nominee po. Second nominee po namin si Congressman Busita. And the party, we talked about it a little sudden, but we agreed that, for one, si Congressman Busita has felt the time is right, perhaps that he could try for a run sa Senate. And most importantly, we could see the need po, no, to really push for our reforms. Kasi po nakikita natin, for example, yung isang batas lang po namin, which already verbally was supported by our President, yung Motorcycle for Hire Act, para hindi na po maging temporary yung kalagayan ng ating mga riders dito sa app-based motorcycle taxi. Even with the verbal support of the President, even with the full support of the House, which was pushed through naman, we were able to file it, we were able to pass it on third reading already before the break. On the part of the Senate naman, which is understandable, na medyo mas mahirap kasi there are 24 senators and they have so many bills that they have to take care of. Parang kulang pa po kami siguro ng boses or puwersa sa taas, and I think that's where Congressman Busito was coming from. Na if he were to be given a chance, he will represent the riders or motorista dun sa Senate, it would be easier for us to coordinate and
yun dahil, yun nga, sabi nyo at 12 lang yung i-elect na senators ngayon. Instead na nandito siya, may boses siya agad dahil sa House party list system. Parang high risk, high reward eh. What do you think of that, sir?
I would agree with that statement, pero again, I guess it's a political call on his part, and he really felt the need. I would say though on the risk, not so much in the sense that he sees that we would still be here, the party list is still here, it's still running. If we have the same performance, we'd still have 2 seats. Our second seat is actually from his office also, and he believes in his full capability, so parang wala naman mawawala. Although, definitely we will miss Congressman Busita here, but if he were to be given the chance, it's more to gain po talaga para sa akin.
Sorry, sir, clarification on the invitation for the former president to their
It's just that from my understanding, from my checking with the committee secretariat, understanding ko, the only standing invitation was a verbal one nung ethics pa. Sorry, not ethics, nung human rights committee. I believe at the time that they were investigating po dun sa mga victims, dun lang po lumabas yung parang verbal invitation ni Chairman Abante. But I'm not sure if there was actually a formal motion. But if Chairman A says na meron po sa quad, then that might be, I could be mistaken po, and that might be the actual fact po.
And then on another issue, sir, kasi nabanggit na meron daw kinakasang impeachment complaint against Comelec Chair Garcia for allegedly being biased towards your system. Meron na po ba kayong alam na na-file sa House at the moment? And ano po yung chances kung halimbawa at this point mag-file? Well, your thoughts on having an impeachment complaint at this time against the Comelec chairperson and the chances of it prospering?
Oh, well, first reaction ko po siguro is first time ko po marinig yan. First time ko marinig actually of any move to impeach the chairman of the Commission of Elections. And it's my first time to hear na may allegedly na meron ng file at kinakasa dito. So, I have not heard from any of my colleagues any impeachment talk regarding